Access, an inside look at what it takes to operate Iowa's largest entertainment and convention facilities. This is Iowa Events Center All Access from Iowa Everywhere.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of All Access here on the Iowa Everywhere Podcast Network, presented by our friends at the Iowa Event Center. Matt Van Winkle, Adam Flack, Director of Marketing at the Iowa Event Center, joins us. Adam, we're going to have a guest here from Disney on Ice in just a little bit, but you guys had an exciting announcement this week, a new show coming next year.
Yeah, Shane Gillis coming in on a Saturday night, May 31st. So Shane, very popular comic. He's got the Netflix show going on right now, Tires. I think they've got a second season coming soon. He's got a couple Netflix specials out there now as well. So very popular comic. Interest in the show has been good since we announced it, and looking forward to him. So you see him there, Saturday Night Live. He's done it all. He's pretty popular right now. Yeah,
he's a big name in the comedy scene, and yeah, it was fun to see him on SNL, and he had an interesting story with SNL. Like he was a cast, a short time was going to be a cast member, and then got kicked off, and then they had him host the next year. So he's had an interesting career arc, but really one of the hottest comedians out there right now. He's got a few specials out, I believe. So
yeah, we see comedy, it's selling well. So with Sebastian Maniscalco coming up at the end of December, and then leading into Shane Gillis for next May. And just as an FYI, you might hear about a couple other comics coming here real soon. So keep tuned to Iowa Everywhere, and we'll let you know when that happens.
You guys have really had a nice run with comedy. I know you had Sandler in the past, and you guys have had a few other ones too, right?
We had Nate Bargatze, we had Sandler, we had
Tom Segura.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And then we had Cat Williams. So we've had quite a few comedians over the past year, and we'll continue that trend. I think you see more and more comics going out on the road. I mean, years ago it was Jim Gaffigan would come, or Jeff Dunham would bring his show as well. Now it's just expanded. You see more of them doing arena tours, and we're the beneficiary of that because Des Moines seems to really enjoy comedy.
Yeah, and it was pretty rare for a long time for comedians to do arenas like that. I mean, you'd see them in a lot of mid-sized clubs and theaters, but man, comedy is so hot right now. And maybe that's just with the rise of Netflix and a lot of these streaming services where people are finding these specials easier. And, comedy really is seeing a really bright spot right now. And it's a hot ticket.
Yeah, and I think the first comic that I remember doing an in the round, full house show like that, Dane Cook, years and years ago.
Yeah, I was there
at the arena. That was one of the first ones that I think we've had. That wasn't your traditional in-stage setup and lower bowl. So Joe Rogan did the same thing. But now more and more, you saw Bargatze was in the round, selling every seat in the place, and like you said, it went really fast from theater to arena. And I don't know that any stadium has hosted a comedy act yet, but I'm sure it's not too far off.
So for people that don't know Shane Gillis's style, can you explain what they're going to get with the Shane Gillis show?
I think a lot of adult humor. So I think right. He's very different than a Bargatze, who is more of that all ages. Clean comic. I would say Shane's style is not as clean. He's really funny, but you got to be ready for a little bit more adult humor in that show.
Yeah, it is interesting how different comedians approach it. He is completely different than a Bargatze, but it's probably in a similar sense in a way that they're sharing real life stories and stuff. But he just maybe toes the line a little bit more.
Yeah, I think so. I think he just has a different audience, and he's more comfortable telling certain types of jokes, and Bargatze wasn't. So again, I would look at Gillis more like a Tom Segura maybe than a Bargatze.
Well, those tickets will go on sale this Friday, November 15th, 10 a.m., HiVTix.com. You expect that one to sell pretty fast?
I expect it to go pretty well. Yeah, I think our interest so far has been good. And I know it's a long ways off, but it's a perfect time to go on sale with the holiday shopping season coming up. And I expect there to be high demand on the show. Cool.
Well, speaking of high demand for a ticket, we have Disney on Ice coming in a couple of weeks. Gosh, I can't believe Thanksgiving is almost here. But Thanksgiving always means Disney on Ice season. So we had a chance to sit down with the tour director from Mickey's Search Party. Disney on Ice coming Thursday, November 28th through December 1st at Wells Fargo Arena. This year's show is Mickey's Search Party, bringing the magic closer to guests than ever before as characters come to life through unexpected, never-before-seen performances. And joining us now from Disney on Ice is Max Gritz, the tour coordinator for Mickey's Search Party. Max, we hear it's your birthday. Happy birthday on the road.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It is my birthday today. Thank you for having me.
It's probably fun to celebrate your birthday with all the people on the tour, the cast, and even though you have to be on the road, that's probably fun the camaraderie and have a little fun while you're at it.
Oh, 100%. Living on the road, especially being on tour with a show like this becomes your new family. You spend every moment together. This time last year, we were in Macon, Georgia for my birthday. And now this time I'm in Winnipeg, Canada for that part of me. And we travel all over doing different holidays in different cities. We'll actually be for Thanksgiving in Des Moines, Iowa with you guys.
Yeah, Adam, this has become kind of a Thanksgiving tradition to have Disney on Ice here in Des Moines around the holidays, right?
Yeah, I know I've said it in weeks past, but it's a long-standing tradition here in Des Moines. Over 40 years, I believe, that Disney on Ice has been coming, at least since we opened the building in 2005, and then at Vets Auditorium before that. I remember going as a kid. I won't talk about how old I am, but it is such a fun family tradition. And you see those families that come in year after year, and they always go to the same performance. So Max, I know it's different in Des Moines because it's over a holiday, but I'm assuming you see that same kind of tradition no matter where the tour is traveling.
Well, I actually kind of recently rediscovered what that tradition really is. That's the Disney magic. That is the power of what these stories and these amazing movies have brought together for families everywhere. It's created kind of a cornerstone for amazing thematic messaging and just memories with kids and parents alike.
Max, what can people expect from a Mickey Search Party? It looks like you got everything from Beauty and the Beast, Toy Story, Frozen, a little bit of everything for people to enjoy.
Absolutely anything. Ages from 1 to 99 are going to find something to enjoy there. Right off the bat, we open with Beauty and the Beast. It's absolutely amazing. You're getting the highlights of your favorite characters. You're seeing Princess Belle pop out. Lumiere and Cogsworth are coming out. And just personalities that people fell in love with in the movies are brought to you larger than life, right in front of your face, and wonderful. From that, we hop over to Toy Story, where, the Pixar ball comes popping out of the screen and everyone goes absolutely wild. And it's a lot of audience interaction, very high energy. We also explore the Isles of Montanui with Moana. Then we do take a trip to Santa Cecilia for Coco with Miguel, exploring the wonders of music and blacklight, the costumes pop. We also just kind of dazzle around Arendelle, as well as a million other places. It's just absolutely wonderful, bringing that magic and the storytelling to everyone.
So much that goes on in the show, on the ice and behind the scenes. I imagine you guys sent us some of the details about how many lights you guys use, how many costume changes. It really is a huge performance, and there's a lot of people that make the magic happen, right?
Oh, without a doubt. All the way down from the actual skaters on the ice and their talented many years of refining their skill set, all the way to people like me who are behind the scenes getting our logistics ready, from travel just to housing to day-to-day management.
So talk about that a little bit, because people come to the show, they just see the fantastic skating and they see the show. A lot goes into it, as you said. Maybe give us a typical week for you guys. What day are you traveling to the new city and setting the show up? Does it depend on what day you're opening? When do you ever find time off? And with that time off, do you get to explore the city you're in?
100%. So kind of the average day-to-day works for us is we're either traveling late on a Sunday night after a show, or we're traveling the next day on a Monday. Whether it be we're flying or busing, or sometimes even a train here and there. That's back to the old circus roots back in the day. But we're literally right after a Sunday night performance, the cast and myself will get out and get on the road heading to the next city. I'm getting everyone organized with buses, making sure the cast have buses, the crew, and then our commissary units. After that, we check into the hotel. I have a contact there. And then that next day, usually everyone's exhausted. We just did a show weekend, a lot of high energy, and now it's just that crash right after. And people just take the moment to recollect themselves, get used to the new hotel, explore the new city. Often we have that either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off to explore, go do activities. We were recently in Rio Rancho. I know everyone in the off days wants to go see the balloon festival out there. It was absolutely wonderful, and it's cool just to get a slice of life in each of these different cities. After that, on Thursdays, because we usually open on Thursdays, we get our set finalized. The skaters come in and validate the ice. They make sure all of our aerial acrobatic elements are safe and ready for them, and they feel familiar once again. Get a little practice in, and then we have a nice large company meeting. We check in on each other, make sure everyone's doing okay. Hey, does anyone have any concerns? Does anyone need to talk about anything? And then we get right back into another show weekend, and we repeat that cycle.
It really is incredible how many shows you guys we'll have 9 shows here in Des Moines, and that you guys really are able to get everything in and out. And like you said, there's everything from aerial to, singing, and you guys do get the audience involved in your shows too. I know it's, from people that are down on the ice, they get to be really up close to these characters, and it really is a family-friendly show. It's cool because, like we talked about, this show will be, the very first one will be right after people have their Thanksgiving meal. So if you want to experience your Thanksgiving, you can have your meal and then enjoy a fun show in Des Moines.
Yeah, I mean, opening up on Thanksgiving, a lot of people think, that wouldn't be a great show, but typically that's a great crowd for us. Mm-hmm. They come out because there isn't as much going on that day either. They've spent their time with their family. They're full of their turkey, and now they need something to do for the evening. So it's go to a movie or go see Disney on Ice. And why wouldn't you want to go to a show that brings that Disney magic and is only here once a year? So you got to take advantage of it when they're here.
Max, what's your favorite part of the show?
Oh, gosh. I would honestly have to say our Friend Like Me segment from Aladdin and Jasmine. Truly, the ice comes to life. We all know Genie has that amazing personality, the booming voice, and he brings the energy. And next thing you know, you're in his bazaar. You have people flying on what we call our Spanish web. It hangs from our grid all the way down to the ice. An acrobat climbs up the rope and starts spinning as fast as you can imagine. Sometimes I think they're going to fly away like a helicopter. We have people coming out on what we call our tram tracks, doing flips, tricks, jumping over each other, just absolutely in sync with the music. Genie's orchestrating everything. And he brings out all these skaters, and everyone's in these bedazzled, pearlescent costumes, blue highlights. And I kid you not, you're going to be blown away by it. It makes it my favorite by far.
My daughter's just been getting into Aladdin too, watching on Disney Plus, so she'll be really excited to see that. That's cool.
Max, awesome. Maybe talk to us about the tour is going to start. When do you start your new tour? How long does it go? Are you doing practice sessions down in Florida, or like what's that getting the tour ramped up and ready to hit the road like? And then how long are you out on the road before you get a break?
So it's very situational. It depends on what show you're on, what routing is going on. But like I can say for my last season, we had about 30 weeks of tour. This season, we have about 40. And usually there's a couple months of rehearsals, either 1 to 2, depending on the show, before we get onto the road. And usually by, let's say, September, almost all the shows are on the road exploring the world and bringing that Disney magic to everyone. So right now we're looking at about 40 weeks.
How many people do you guys bring on this tour? I mean, from performers to crew to how many people are you guys touring with?
So you're actually talking to the right guy for that question.
Yeah.
I kid you not, I can name every single person on the unit. We have 56 cast members, 20 crew, 6 staff members, and then we have our commissary unit. And basically the 56 cast are all cross-trained in almost all of the elements. And they're ranging from Americans to Canadians to the Netherlands to France, literally everywhere. We have Japanese skaters with us, Chilean, we have one Ukrainian, literally from all walks of life. Then you're going to get into the staff side of it. A lot of them are either former crew members, former performers, or even outsiders like myself who just kind of walked into this industry trying to get into the entertainment industry.
That's probably my favorite part, actually, is just to watch like the talent of the skaters, Adam, is like, these are like world-class skaters that are out there performing. Like the kids love the music, and I'm like, I like to watch these skaters. I can appreciate that. It really is impressive what these skaters are able to do, especially with these big costumes on at times, right? Right, Max?
Yeah. Notably, it's saying our Anna costume is probably one of the heaviest, and we have an absolutely wonderful skater for that. Her name is actually Anna. And she's able to send a single axle or even on sometimes a double. And it's just the weight of the costume, and she's still able to get so much air. The skill sets of all the skaters are absolutely amazing.
So you talk about them being from all over the world. How difficult is that to communicate, as you're touring through? I mean, are all of them English speaking, or do you have translators on site, or how long was your typical cast member stay and be a performer in the show?
Oh, let me tell you this. I'll reference probably the longest person on our cast. We have a gentleman by the name of Isao. He's been with Feld Entertainment Studios for, I think, 25 plus years now. He's from Japan, and he's been skating all the way for literally 25 years. And then we have some people that joined us just this season alone, starting their Disney on Ice career, starting and developing and seeing where it goes. Most people start as an ensemble skater, which you're going to see in all the numbers. They're really the volume of it. And then as they refine their craft and they develop and they find their more niche and exactly what roles they can fit into, they jump in and become eventually a principal performer, or they just truly enjoy the tour.
Well, tickets are still available for Disney on Ice, Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Thursday, November 28th through Sunday, December 1st. Make sure you get those tickets early in advance, because those tickets do sell fast for those really popular shows. Adam, you going to take the kids down to see Disney on Ice? I know it's been a tradition for you guys.
Yeah, we'll be down there Friday night. My kids now are for 8 to 17, and the older ones aren't as enthused to go anymore, but that 8-year-old is right in the sweet spot, and we love doing it as a family.
We've got a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old who are really excited for the Friday show. So Max Gritz with Disney on Ice, thank you so much for hopping on All Access and sharing a little bit about the show, and we're excited to have you guys in Des Moines.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's awesome to hear some of those stories from Disney on Ice, a little bit about the setup and what it takes to put on these performances. You really have an appreciation for what these people do and the tour that they produce. And man, there's a lot of people that make this show happen.
Yeah, from a venue standpoint too, it's like we have to think internally, okay, these guys are moving in. You heard the travel schedule that Max talked about, that they're in that city for 6 days. Yeah. What can we do to provide to make them feel at home? I mean, this is their home for 5 to 6 days in Des Moines, from the hotel to the arena and back again. So you really have to see what you can do to take care of them and make sure they enjoy their time, because it is not easy to travel the country and perform 9 times over 4 days.
Yeah, and really appreciate them obviously being in Des Moines around the holidays too, and it's cool that you guys are able to get that booked and scheduled around that time of year, because it really does get you kicked into the holiday season, and it's really a fun event for everyone, for kids and adults of all ages. But hey, we get into the holiday spirit coming up on Thursday. You guys have Trans-Siberian Orchestra, another concert coming through Wells Fargo Arena.
Yeah, you talk about getting in the holiday spirit, and Disney on Ice is kind of that trigger to get you start thinking about Christmas, at least in my family. But with TSO coming in this Thursday, I mean, it's there. Right away we get into the holiday spirit and hear some great Christmas music. They're doing the Last Christmas Eve album. It's an all new show for them, and we haven't hosted them in 9 years. So get your tickets now for Trans-Siberian Orchestra this Thursday night. It's a 7:00 show. You're probably out of there by 9:30 or 10 o'clock, so it's not too late on a Thursday night, and you'll leave there really in the spirit.
Awesome. And then Pentatonics next month on December 18th. Those tickets are on sale, HiVTix.com as well.
Yeah, that one, if you've checked it recently and didn't find a seat you liked, we just did open up some new seats closer to the stage as we're almost sold out for that show. So if you want to see Pentatonics on December 18th, don't wait until the day of. You're going to want to get those tickets in the next couple weeks.
Awesome. Well, for Adam Flack, for Max Gritz from Disney on Ice, I'm Matt Van Winkle. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of All Access with the Iowa Event Center here on the Iowa Everywhere Podcast Network.